Hello and welcome to page 21 of my graphic novel of comic strips, Found Earth. Opening once again with this little animation. Thank you for watching this video, and as soon as the opening here is over, we'll get to some of the topics and discussions that go along with the drawing and the image itself. Okay, so this drawing presented some new challenges. It's a flashback image. I felt like I needed to show a little bit of how they got to the predicament that they are in now. So I had to do a flashback image to allow for the moment of realization that it is in fact one of the robots' fault that they are in the situation that they're in. Had to go back and show the spaceship in its original form as it's flying through space, and show off the fact that the robots were not sent there by themselves. In actuality, they had two pilots, probably scientists, that were supposed to go with them and actually supervise, which, if you think about it, means that none of the robots were supposed to be supervisors, which throws off the whole dynamic that they have set up. But none of them remember that except for the kid robot, the second small one there. So penciling in roughs, using my mechanical pencil because apparently I have a lot of detail that I want to get out. And, I had it fairly well established in my head what kind of shapes and how I was going to do everything here. So roughed in everything. Had to go back and look at the spaceship to make sure I got the shape right. I'm using some weird panels to show fluid motion and being, dynamic in appearance. It helps with showing the movement of a otherwise static looking object if you change the panel to shape and you affect the things around it. So here I'm defining the pencil work. This image made me contemplate switching over to digital art because some of this stuff is hard to do, like filling in the black shape behind with a brush and ink. Pens would have taken forever, and a brush and ink cut down the time considerably, but I still had to be careful with my outlines and shapes and filling in. Still had to use a pretty small brush. Something else that I noticed when I was drawing this was that I had designed the aliens in such a way that they look like the snails in the Snails Lives Matters movement. I'm not sure what to do with that. I don't know if I'm going to ignore it or if I'm going to maybe retcon a relationship, however distant, with that. Maybe make snails the first explorers of space or something. I don't know. I'll think of something before I get to the end of the story in its entirety. Because, well, every spaceship has a big, large button to push that says "Do not push." That's exactly what you put on a spaceship, because nobody's going to want to ever push that. Sure. Okay, so I have all the shapes defined, I have all the pencils defined and worked out, so then I go back over with ink. There it is with the brush and ink work. Yes, it looks dynamic. Yes, it looks wonderful. Yes, it takes forever. but I think the final image is totally worth doing it at the end. If I was braver, I would probably do the entire comic book like that. Maybe eventually I'll get braver, or maybe with the next story. I don't know. I have a lot of stories floating around in my head, and I've written down a lot of them, and hopefully I will be able to get to them. Currently I'm averaging about a page a week, so you're getting these videos at about the same pace that I'm working on the pages. I am significantly farther ahead with the artwork than what you're seeing with the videos, so you know, that's just the way it works. I gave myself a lot of lead time. Because of course a spaceship has rivets, and it's done like a, you know, a 1960s space shuttle. This comic strip is everything that I liked as a child. Aliens, spaceships, dinosaurs, robots. I just threw everything in there, and I love it. Filling all this in as I go. Over time I discovered that actually slows me down a little bit. Oh, here I went with white paint and a brush. I had to clean the brush, obviously, and using the streaks to show the motion rather than, you know, motion. Those are my motion lines. Basically, I'm at this point now where I'm on the computer looking for publishers and trying to find out who to submit to, how they want it submitted, things like that. This chapter ended up being about 65 pages, and then I have a cover page all worked out. One of these days soon I'll probably download the image for the logo. I've already shared it with my patron Scott and a few select others who have supported me at the very least emotionally and such along the way. But Scott, because he was the patron, got first crack at seeing everything. So one of the benefits of being a patron. So this panel right here made me seriously consider going to digital art. Because I have to draw the image, and then I have to go through and ink everything, get it all ready, and then I had to fill in the odd, weird shapes in black behind that. And that took a really long time. I like the effect. On reflection, should have used a bigger brush right there. But I'm learning this as I'm going, so I'm just talking through my learning. I'm really glad that I did not mess up in this part, because I cannot imagine the amount of whiteout I would need and how much time that would take to correct. I don't know if that's a sign that I'm not comfortable with it yet and I just need more practice, or if I have a healthy respect for the medium. I don't know. But I can just picture Todd McFarlane or somebody with their computer just outlining the shape and going boop with a button, and it's all black. And it made me very envious of his $6,000 digital drawing tablet table thing. But I like doing things the old-fashioned way. I like having the physical product at the end of this. If I ever strike it big and I, get out of working the 9-to-5 job that I have, when it comes down to retirement at the end, if I make a name for myself, these physical objects will be worth something, and these could potentially augment my retirement. So I like having these, and yeah, it just it just takes a while, that's all. And as slow as the process is to begin with, it's personally annoying to me. Maybe with my next project I will choose to go completely ink and brush and allow myself to grow accustomed to working this way. What I do next here, after it dries, because this, took an hour, is that I add Millennium Falcon lines, because Star Wars, and don't sue me, George Lucas or Disney, but this was pure Millennium Falcon and Star Wars fanboy stuff. And that's what I love about that panel. So, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please consider giving to the Patreon account, and we'll give you credit and put your name up in the videos, and we will see you next week. And thank you very much for your support and for watching the video. Have a good week, guys.